Hello, friends. So, you might remember that a long time ago I said I had like a long box or so of comics to sell that I would vouch for. It's more like, I guess, three long boxes at this point, or six short boxes. So, these are all comics that I would probably never part with from my collection, but I've curated doubles so that I can have stuff to sell or trade that I can vouch for that I think is really good in terms of writing and art. So I'm a little bit excited. I'm going to do my first show this weekend. I'll see how it goes, dip my toes in. And yeah, I want to show you guys first, give you a sneak peek if you're interested. I'm also going to, I'm not trying to grift here or anything. But if anybody is interested, if you're watching this, for people that have interacted with the channel, been following for a while, I'll actually do like sale prices, like lower than the prices I have here. Okay, so we've got Marvel, DC, two boxes. We've got Indies in two boxes. We've got one box of runs or sets and another box of trade paperbacks, graphic novels, and a couple books in there. So I'll start with the single issues, Marvel and DC, then indies, then the runs, and finally the books. I'll insert chapter breaks if you want to look around in there. Okay, let us go. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm gonna just power through this pretty quickly. Um, Yeah, Batman Dark Knight Returns. This is issue 3 or 4, I guess. This is the $2 Marvel and DC box. Devil Dinosaur number 6. Roll some Devil Dinosaur. You can pause it if you want to see the numbers. How about that? Let me fix the light. Maybe that's a little better. Devil Dinosaur. Excalibur, classic comic. Some Excalibur. Some of those Kirby reprints of Fantastic Four. Fix the focus, come on, man. Yeah, some of that Kirby Fantastic Four reprints. Hawkworld, you know I love that. Some issues of Hellblazer, some Garth Ennis Hellblazer. Some iconic classic issues. Heartland, covered on Cartoons Kayfabe. Some Kirby Commandy. Yeah, so any $2 stuff, I would do like 3 for $5 or like bulk deals and stuff like that. Kitty Pryde and Wolverine reprint. Some Machine Man, more Kirby. Some more Kirby, Mr. Miracle. Some Liefeld for the hardcores out there. New Mutants. Some Punisher. I know that Punisher can be a little bit dime a dozen depending where you are, but the Mike Baron, Will Sportaccio run, some of that. Chuck Dixon, Punisher Warzone. Punisher Armory. Of course, for the weapon aficionados, some Frank Thorne Red Sonja, or Sonya. Some of this Solomon Kane from Marvel that was actually quite good. Marvel Tales reprinting Spider-Man, some classic Spider-Man. This one here with the Punisher, of course. Some Amazing Spider-Man. All-Star Superman from Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley. I think I've got the whole thing in here, just about at least. Some more Kirby, 2001. Some Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri Wolverine. Uncanny X-Force Volume 2, Number 1. Some classic X-Men. Just a bunch of these here. I may as well just skip them, though. But it's like the first, maybe like 12 or then like 30-something. Some more Uncanny X-Men. Some Barry Windsor Smith Uncanny X-Men. You know that. And some Nightcrawler-centric Uncanny X-Men. Yeah, okay, to the $3 bin. I would do, like, maybe 2 for $5 or something. Or I don't know. If you're buying only $5 worth, or, you know, these are, like, convention or for sale or for friends prices. I want to spread the love, but I don't want to make myself broke either. Gotham by Gaslight, it's $3 for that. Dark Crystal number 1, first printing of that. Marvel or DC Masterworks series, Frank Frazetta number 1. Green Arrow, The Longbow Hunters number 1. Green Arrow, the ongoing series, Mike Grell #1. Hawkworld, a better copy. Jim Rugg, Hulk Grand Design Madness. Some more early Hellblazer, that's Hellblazer #3. You know, I'm just going to take some of these out to make it easier to see. Newcastle, that's the one where Hellblazer has that traumatic, like, exorcism. Hellblazer issue #50, that's a great issue. Standalone issue. Come on, Lamp, stay put. House of Mystery. Got marker on the cover, but Michael and Kaluta. There's a near mint would be like $12. Got it from there for $3. Some Kirby New Gods, Volume 1, original printing. More New Mutants, Liefeld. John Byrne OMAC. Some Planetary by Ellis and Cassidy. Punisher Armory #1. Some more Frank Thorne, Red Sonja, but in better shape. Another Solomon Kane, but in better shape. Some Eric Larson, Spider-Man. More 2001, in better shape. Alan Moore and David Lloyd, View for Vendetta. A couple issues of that. Weird War Tales. Where Monsters Dwell, reprinting old, like, 50s kind of Kirby stuff, or horror, sci-fi. Some more Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri Wolverine. Sorry, 1 second. This is driving me nuts. It's so cold here, but the heat and this lamp are just blasting right now. It's driving me mental. I worked outside in the cold all dang week so far. -30 at Talesia. Anyhow, Marvel Milestone Edition #1. Maybe it just seems really warm to me now. The drastic change. Okay, anyway. Uncanny X-Men. Just some miscellaneous issues of that. Some kind of classic stuff. Like, some of these could go for more. I'm trying to price stuff, like, lower than I think it's worth, you know? Like, when grading, I'm kind of grading it lower than I think it actually is. Like, 1 step or whatever, a little bit. And also, even though I'm in Canada, I'm, like, pricing it, like, lower than the US value at that grade, kind of, like, going by eBay or online sales or whatever. Because I don't want to... my thing is, like, if you're looking in person, it shouldn't be as if you're ordering it online. But, okay, Batman Year 1 Part 3, that's issue 406. Year 1 Part 4, that's issue 407. Yeah, this is the just miscellaneous price stuff now, which of course I would, for bulk and stuff, I would do more to, do better too. Gotham by Gaslight, a nicer, pretty decent copy of that. Maybe like, definitely like VF, or better than VG. Batman vs. Predator, #1. I think that's Dave Gibbons, right? Is the writer. Some Art Adams, Fantastic Four. That iconic Ghost Rider cover, the glow-in-the-dark one. Canadian Pride and Wolverine #1. This could be hard to find or easy for you to find, depending. Some more of that Kirby New Gods. For some reason, this like reprints can be like valued higher than the original, but sometimes. Like for your Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. #2, some kind of psychedelic Steranko. OMAC, One Man Army Corps #1. A little bit yellow on the cover, but a tenner. Not bad for that. Besides the yellowing, it's quite good. More OMAC. I can do more detailed pictures and stuff. Again, I'm going to do the sale this weekend, so I'll see how it goes, what I have left and stuff after. I just want to like give it to friends and stuff. Like, I like to find stuff at good home. That's Frank Miller's Ronin. Some more Eric Larson, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, that is. Superman, Aliens. Actually, this one I'm not too keen on. But I just have it in here because it's like kind of more mainstreamy, I guess, these properties. So just trying to appeal to like a mainstream browser. This is like maybe one comic in this collection that I actually don't think is like awesome. But the art's awesome. But the writing, man. A more hard to find All-Star Superman. That's the final issue, #12. Thor Vikings, I've talked about this. Glenn Fabry and Garth Ennis. Awesome, mature readers. Thor. 2001, #1. Another 2001, #1. A little more beat up. It's more 2001. Weird War Tales. The Rorschach issue of Watchmen. More Watchmen. Wolverine. Larry Hama again. Frank. And Uncanny X-Men, the first Storm with a mohawk. See how that goes, selling that, trying to sell this to punk rockers and stuff. More Uncanny X-Men. Okay, let's move on to the indies. Some iconic Jim Lee X-Men there. X-Men Grand Design, late Ed Piskor. Okay, moving to the indie stuff, indie single issues. Okay, the indies and the $2 stuff. Aliens vs. Predator #1, Americomics Special Sentinels. An early free comic book day, like various Avatar graphic novel samplers, so that's a bit of an oddity. Brian Bolland's Black Book. Charles Vest's Books of Night. Some Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Chiaroscuro #1. Dark Horse 20 Years, Dart #1, some Dragon Blooded Gods, a bunch of Evangeline #1 of a different, like Volume 2, some of the ongoing Gangland, Great Cram Anthology, Ghost Ship by John Lewis, nice indie stuff, Global Frequency #1 and more various global frequencies here. Kelly Jones is the Hammer, Uncle Alex special. I have to fix this light, and it's blazing right in my face, holy moly. I tried to use like a non-heat hot light, but it sucks. Some Andrew Vox Hard Looks. Hellboy the Corpse. Some Mike Grell 007. Some more 007, that's pretty good. Mickey Explains Mike Danger by Max Allan Collins and Eduardo Barreto. Some Milk and Cheese. More Milk and Cheese. Nexus, New Color Nexus #1. The next Nexus #1. Puma Blues #1. #2, 3, 4. Free Comic Book Day Red Sonja. Ren and Stimpy Show #8. Frank Miller's Robocop Sneak Preview. Rune 0, Barry Windsor Smith, Rune #3. Oh no, wait, sorry, that was Rune #2. And Rune #3. Rune #4. Some Kaluta and Goss, The Shadow, Fall Special. Sisterhood of Steel #1. The Spirit, featuring like Dave Gibbons and Alan Moore. Starstruck #1, but it's got a little mark on it. David Lapham, Stray Bullets issue. Super Patriot #1, that's Stray Bullets #9. Chroma Tick, New Color Tick. Violator #1, Alan Moore and Bart Sears. Okay, the $3 indies. Beasts of Burden, What the Cat Dragged In special. Brainy Wrights and Master of the Macabre #2. #4 of the same. Caligula #1. David Lapham, writing some crazy ass horror. The new series of Conan the Barbarian #1. I think this is the A covers. Cyberpunk. This is like very early in the Cyberpunk franchise. Good Cyberpunk comic, actually. It's #1. Death Race 2020 by Pat Mills and Kevin O'Neill. Oh no, Tony Skinner and Kevin O'Neill, my bad. Good stuff, that. Savage Dragon, Volume 2, #1. You could find this, but, you know, in case you're having a hard time finding it. Some Richard Corbin, Edgar Allan Poe, Morella. Fight Girls #1, Frank Cho, but with the Mike Deodato variant. Ghost #1, some early Adam Hughes, doing some good work actually. Grimjack #1, Hand of Fate #1, some Hate. Illuminatus trilogy, some crazy conspiracy adults only stuff. Illuminatus #2. Legend of Mother Sarah, City of Angels #1. Mercury Heat #1. This is a really cool sci-fi action series, actually really fun. Some more Milk and Cheese, second issue. Nancy in Hell, this is fun too. The art is insane in this. Duneomicon, Alan Moore and Jason Burrows. 1963, more Alan Moore, but this is with Rick Veitch and who else? I think, is Dave Gibbons also doing the ink? Nyx #1, Nyx #4, Rick Veitch, The One #1, which is kind of okay in my eyes. It's cool how it predates stuff that maybe did that stuff better. But anyways, Prey #2, you've heard me talk about this, great series. Prey #3. Razzle, RASL. First print of #1. Jeff Smith. Reed Fleming, number 1. I can't remember if this is a first print or not either. Reed Fleming, number 2. Rune number 0, or special edition. Rune number 1. Shaolin Cowboy, Cruel to Be Kin. Different issues of that. Subhuman by Mark Schultz on the writing, and some other dudes. The Tick, Volume 1, number 3. Second print, kind of the Elektra satire. Junji Ito, Uzumaki, Halloween Comic Fest. Some Mark Schultz again, Zenzoic Tales number 7. Zolastraya and the Bard, fun barbarian comic. Okay, now the some more indie stuff. I can't believe how hot this lamp is. Holy crap, man. Extremes of temperature throughout this day. Okay, anyways. Various artists on this. This is... Let me make this easier to look through. Alien Encounters, number 1. Number 5. Archie Meets the Ramones. Veach and Bissett's Bedlam, number 2. Some issues of Belladonna. This is volume 1. This is the good stuff. Mike Costa. The second series ain't bad either. That's number 1, number 2, number 3. Bernie Rice and Master of the Macabre, number 1. An issue of Black Hole, Charles Burns. Iconic cover. I forget which issue this is. Like number 7 or 8 or something. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, number 6. Conan the Barbarian reprinting Red Nails. Across 3D. The Demon, Jack Kirby, number 2. Arthur Soidam's Demon Dreams. This is kind of okay. The art's kind of better than the writing. Savage Dragon, Volume 1, number 1. Depending, you could always dig and find that too if you're willing to dig for it, but if not... Okay, J. Stevens' Dwellings, number 2. Epitaphs from the Abyss, number 1. Chris Silver and Tim Vigil, Grips, number 1. Grommets, number 1, first printing. So yeah, the price is just... I guess it's rocketing on this, so I'm not selling this one short. Grommets, number 2, the first print. Gun Honey, Collision Course, nude variant. Hate Revisited, number 1. Hellblazer, some more Hellblazer. Hellboy. H.P. Lovecraft, Master of Horror. These are awesome. These ones from Adventure Comics. These are the best, I guess. I think they're reprinted by Caliber in black and white. Okay, anyways. Smircher Corbin, H.P. Lovecraft, Haunt of Horror. Number 2. Some adults-only stuff. There's Liaisons Délicieuses. Number 1 of 6. That's actually very good art. Erotica. Some Lone Wolf and Cub. Almost like... Missing number 1. Because everybody always want to scoop that, right? But this is like number 2 to number 10 or so. Yeah, 2 to 10, and then number 27. Max, number 1, another one that you could probably find in bargain bins if you're willing to look. But for those not, Melting Pot, number 1. Metal Hurlant, number 1. Number 2. And these are all stuff that, like, you might be like, why is he selling that? I've heard him talk about that. No, these are extra copies to pass along, to find good homes. Panther vs. Vampirella. This one I actually kind of don't vote for, aside from the art, because the Mark Texeira painted art is awesome, but the writing by Mark Millar is, as usual, my problems with him is that it's trashy and cynical, masquerading as being sophisticated because it's so cynical and gross, but anyways, blah blah blah, no rant. Okay, Pirate Core, number 1. Some early Evan Dorkin. Pirate Core Special, again by Evan Dorkin. Pit, number 1. Some Red Room, that's volume 1, number 2. Antisocial Network, number 2. Number 3. Free Comic Book Day Special of Red Room. Trigger Warnings, number 1, the 1 in 5 at press score variant. Trigger Warnings, number 2. Trigger Warnings, number 3. Number 4. Yeah, I would never sell these, but these are extra copies I've found. Crypto Killers, number 2. Frank Thorne's Red Sonja, number 5. Rook Exodus, Number 2, I'll talk about the series again soon, it's awesome. It's first print of that, I think. Sin City, The Big Fat Kill, number 1. Jan Sternad and Richard Corbin, Son of Mutant World, number 1. Number 3, number 4, number 5. Street Fighter Swimsuit Special, number 2024. Suicidal Tendencies comic book, rock and roll biography. An extra copy of that, but it was damaged a little bit in shipping. Tales from the Crypt, number 22. Which printing of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 2 is this? Anyways, it has a wraparound Richard Corbin cover. Near mint, $65. Selling this one for $15. Leonardo number 1, near mint 30. Selling it for $10. TMNT number 11. This is a great issue. I love this one. Martial Arts Authorized Training Manual, Raphael, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Another issue of the Tick Volume 1. This is the first print of number 7. The new Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer Transformers number 1, but I think this is second print. Some Twisted Tales. These are great adult-rated anthology series horror. These are actually like really good artists and writers collaborating on this series. One of the best horror anthology series, I'd say, is this Twisted Tales. One of the best. That was number 2. This is number 3. Number 4. Number 5. This Corbin cover. Number 6. John Bolton cover. Number 8. The Ultimate Warrior comic. This is epic. Every comic or wrestling fan needs this one. Wildstorm Special number 2. Jim Lee wraparound cover on that. Some rocketing price Dave Stevens, Wally Wood, World of Wood. So near mint, this is going for like $200. I've got 50 on this one. On this one, this is going for $250. I've got 40 on this. World of Wood number 3. This isn't a Dave Stevens cover, so it's just a normal $5. Okay, Mark Schultz, Xenozoic Tales number 5. That ends that. So we're gonna go to the, what's that shit called? Oh yeah, Sets and Runs box. Moving along. Okay, comic sets and runs. The first Alien vs. Predator, first print. And I think I would do like 25% off these, whatever is like easier to do the math on, really. Like, so 25, this would be like 15 instead of 20, stuff like that. I'm just going to take some out to make it easier to look through. Aliens Music of the Spears, one of the better Alien series as well. And Aliens Labyrinth. These are like the complete sets too, 1 to 4. One of the greatest. Some Barbarella. This one's got a Brian Boland cover. This is Barbarella 1 and 2 from a more recent series. Beast of Burden, The Presence of Others, the set of 1 to 2. The Blade Runner comics, Al Williamson, set of 1 to 2. This one I'll say, like, it looks like the spine was taped up. That's why the price is lower on this. But it's like, it presents really well besides that, or however the fuck people say it. Crying Freeman, Volume 2, complete set. Yeah, I already have like a whole, the whole series for myself, so. It's kind of underrated, that Crying Freeman. If you can find it cheap, just grab it. I'm trying to sell it for as cheap as like I can without being silly, but I don't mind if, whatever. Mike Barron and Kelly Jones, Dead Man, Love After Death, the complete series. This is so good, man. Elektra Saga, numbers 1 to 3. So I think this goes up to 4, but reprinting the Frank Miller Elektra Saga Daredevil run. So, oh yeah, some other stuff that wasn't in the Daredevil comics, I think, like from magazines or some shit. Volume 1 of Evangeline. These are a little bit harder to find. Who published this? Oh, it's Kamiko. This is... Yeah, anyways, the complete Volume 1. And here's the complete Volume 2, numbers 1 to 12. I have 24 on that, so like $2 an issue, but yeah, I'd go lower, you know, for the homies. Give Me Liberty, Frank Miller and Dave Gibbons. Global Frequency, the complete series, 1 to 12. Green Arrow, The Longbow Hunters, 1 to 3. If I don't sell this to any hot chicks this weekend, then I'll, this one's spoken for to a homie. Hawkworld, the complete series. Highly recommended. Underrated as hell. Overlooked as hell. Hellboy, Almost Colossus, with the great backup series by Gary Gianni, Autopsy in B flat. Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, the complete set. Not a bad series. This one's very good as well. Lone Ranger and Tonto by Joe Lansdale and Timothy Truman. This is 1 to 4 of the New Color Nexus. This is the complete set of the Next Nexus. A favorite little mini-series, this one. I love this one. John Byrne's OMAC, the complete set. This is awesome as well. John Byrne doing that like duo shade. Pretty hardcore stuff. Predator versus Magnus Robot Fighter. Complete set, that's awesome. Reed Fleming, numbers 1 to 3 of the Rogues to Riches, or Rogue to Riches. Scout War Shaman, numbers 1 to 2. The Mobius and Stan Lee Silver Surfer 2-issue limited series complete. Sisterhood of Steel, the complete set. This is 1 to 8. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, The Lost Years, numbers 1 to 3. Terminator Secondary Objectives, 1 to 4. This is with Paul Gulacy. Unknown Soldier, Garth Ennis and Killian Plunkett miniseries, 1 to 4. Complete set. Violator with Alan Moore and Bart Sears, and then Greg Capullo on the final issue there. This is awesome. Life Death Parts 1 and 2 by Chris Claremont and Barry Windsor Smith. Okay, those are the sets. Moving on to trade paperbacks. Okay, a couple books, and mainly graphic novels, trade paperbacks. Some hardcovers, used and then new. Here's the first printing of Schrodinger's Cat, Part 2. These don't have to be read in order, though. Robert Anton Wilson. Cool cover, too. Man, I wonder if there's even that dude who did, like a Gun Honey variant cover. That'd be funny if it was. I'm just gonna take a couple of these out, make it easier to flip through. Let's do that. Okay, Dark Horse Book of Monsters. Hardcover. Oh yeah, I have these set to half the American cover price for used trade paperbacks and stuff. Deals in bulk. Alien vs. Predator, Fire and Stone by Christopher Sabella and Ariel Olivetti. The art in this is sick. It's redonkulous. Batman Dark Knight Returns, a staple. Frank Miller. Dark Knight 2 by Frank Miller. Book of Ballads by Charles Vess. Talked about this a bunch. Just really awesome adaptations of old folk tales and ballads and stuff from Europe. Alan Moore's The Courtyard. Talked about this too. Told Lovecraftian, but told from the extremely racist FBI agent's point of view as he's looking for a serial killer in this Lovecraftian New Orleans town. This is awesome. Okay, Dwellings, Book 1, variant cover. Frankenstein's Womb, Warren Ellis. Ghost World. This is cheap as hell, isn't it? This is like $5. Hellboy, Seed of Destruction. I would do $5 on this too, because it's a little messed up. Louis Royaux Conceptions, some Louis Royaux like concept art. Rough drafts. Awesome to see. First Preacher trade paperback. Rover Red Charlie, talked about this. One of my favorite Garth Ennis works. Intro by Alan Moore. Shock Suspense Stories, Volume 4. Great Easy Horror. Dame to Kill for Sin City, early printing of that. Transmitter to Paladin Back on the Streets, the first trade paperbacker collection of the first 3 issues or so. Watchmen, another staple of course. Big Book of Bad, talked about this. This is insane. Copy of Den Saga, some Richard Corbin. Penthouse Men's Adventure Comics, number 1. Punisher Magazine, couple issues of this, 9, 10, and 11. Frank Miller and John Romita Jr., Superman Year 1. This is great. You know, the kings of Year 1, doing what they do very well on Superman. Viking, this is pretty good. Okay, the new books and whatnot. Mostly like trade paperbacks and stuff though. But Secret Doctrine by H.P. Blavatsky, Helen and Blavatsky, for any weird conspiracy or occult heads out there. Beast of Burden, first trade paperback, Animal Rights by Evan Dorkin and Jill Thompson. Oh, I have these set at like the US cover price for new stuff. These are new. These are like untouched and like fully new. Yeah, I would go a little lower though, you know, for the homies. Maybe like 25% off, I'd say maybe. Cross 3D, this is awesome. This is awesome. Cross Wish You Were Here, the full series is volume 1 to 4. Another awesome series. One of the best of the Crossed, and maybe the very best of the Crossed series is Cross 100 by Alan Moore. And later taken over by Simon Spurrier, but the transition goes very well. So that's that complete series. Neil Adams' Dead Man. This is insane. Awesome art and writing wise. Ferals by Gabriel Andrade and David Lapham on writing. This is awesome. Some of the best werewolf fiction in movies or books or anything. This. Ferals. A new copy of Ghost World. A new copy, first printing of Red Room Trigger Warnings. A new copy of Rover Red Charlie, Garth Ennis. And a new copy of Caravaggio by Milo Manara. This should be insane too. Okay, that does it, guys. So, yeah, come on down to the Pyramid Cabaret, or if you're watching online, we can... Anybody connected to the channel, I would like to do good deals to get you some of this stuff. If you're interested, no pressure. If you're in the hood, come on down to the Pyramid Cabaret. It's a record show, but also selling other kind of weird stuff there. To me, records and books and comics kind of go hand in hand. Like, just chilling, staying warm in the pad, and enjoying like analog media. But yeah, I'll be probably DJing and spinning some records there too. My homie asked me to, and that should be pretty fun too. I think it's $5 to get in, but tasty beverages there for anybody who's like wants one of those, one or two or a dozen of those. And I guess people are maybe a bit hungover. A lot of people probably be spinning some psych and punk rock maybe, but I think I'm gonna like keep it to some groovy stuff for the people that are hungover and whatnot. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, more to come. I think I'll showcase other stuff that is in the collection. Oh, well, a lot of videos coming up. Anyway, okay, cheers.